All right, your thoughts on returning home? You're going to face a team that you had a really close battle with on the road the last time.
Yeah, East Carolina playing very well with a win over the weekend against Temple. They've had a lot of close games, some tough losses, obviously beat us in a close game as well. Really impressed with their new guys that they have, and obviously probably the premier player in the league, and Jason Gardner, leading scorer in the league. Really tough matchup for just about everybody that he's faced. So we got to do a great job defensively on him. We got to take care of the basketball, and coming home, we got to get things going a little bit on the offensive end. I thought we, for 80 minutes last week, 70 of those 80 minutes was really good. And but you need 80 when you go on the road against two tough teams in Wichita State and UConn.
David Collins moves up to 10th on the scoring list. Just your thoughts on that?
Yeah, just an incredible accomplishment when you look at, where he started. We always talk about, his first game, he played, I think, 9 minutes or 10 minutes and scored 2 points. Didn't crack into the starting lineup until probably midpoint of the season as a freshman. But it just has constantly gotten better, and even with all the accomplishments that he's had, I still think there's a lot of room for improvement, and I think you're going to see his best basketball moving forward.
Coach, you mentioned Jaden Gardner, but Tristan Newton and J.J. Miles, they've been playing heavy minutes the last 4 or 5 games for ECU. What have you seen from them?
Well, I think Newton's got a chance to be, one of the dynamic guards in this league. He's got great size, length, can score the ball. He's got a knack to put the ball in the basket, but is really good. He's that consummate combo guard. He can play with the ball and play off the ball. And then Miles you can really shoot it, and you can't leave him. He's a great compliment, but he's more than that. He's scoring more in other areas than just catch and shoot. They play really hard, and they're gotten so much better defensively as the season has progressed. Some of those early season losses, again, because you're just maybe not paying as attention, they had 3, 4, 5 guys out during that early part of the year. They weren't the same team that has been playing in this league and has taken Cincinnati to overtime and beaten SMU, beat us, beat Temple the other day. They're a much different team, and a team that, for our league and as a whole, that's what you're starting to see. The teams that over the last 3 or 4 years have been, in the bottom of the barrel and not being able to get any quality wins are now much, much improved. And we're in that same category as is East Carolina. And then all you got to do is look at last week and see what Tulane did. You know what I mean? And this league from top to bottom, in at least the 3 years that I've been here, is as good as it gets.
There's a proposed one-time transfer exemption. The Big Ten and the ACC seem to support that. Recently, Kelvin Sampson told Jeff Goodman that he thinks it could be the death of college basketball. What are your thoughts about that proposal?
Well, I think, number one, you always got to look at why certain leagues are supporting it. There's a reason. It's fairly evident. I think something needs to be done. I'm not sure what the answer is. I saw one of the pundits, say, well, if Team A loses 6 or 7 players because there's transfer, you get to replace those with 6 or 7 transfers. So every year you're going to have 8, 9 new guys, and I don't know what the answer is. You know what I mean? I know something needs to be fixed. I don't like necessarily comparing, apples and oranges when it comes to transfer situations, but something needs to be steadfast in what we're doing right now. There's no doubt about it. I think it's going to come to either everybody has to sit out a year because of the benefits of graduation and acclimation and all those different things, or everybody's eligible right away. I think the in-between is what has people and universities and players upset about it, I don't buy into the fact, the one thing that I'm adamant about, I don't buy into the fact that in the handshake line, Team A is going to be recruiting players off of Team B. I think that's a misrepresentation of the coaching fraternity. I don't think that's going to happen. but it very rarely is the coaches that create the transfer stuff. You know what I mean? I just don't think coaches do that. I don't think any coaches would do that. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's an issue. I think it's the other stuff that needs to be cleared up. Tomorrow night will be, Adidas and us have combined to celebrate Black History Month. Our guys will be wearing Adidas logoed shirts and shoes celebrating the Tuskegee Airmen, the Red Tails, and their devotion in spite of unbelievable discrimination to fight for our country. Over 1,500 combat missions were flown by the Red Tails, and it's just a great opportunity for our guys during this very important month to honor what they did, not only for this country, but in terms of understanding the importance of what they did on a daily basis and the sacrifices that they made. I think it's a great partnership with us and Adidas to be part of this.